All right, all you groovy tuned into the world. Fancies a sample of your kind of music?
Yo, this is Shamrock. Punky's dead, but we got Mr. Red 88 and the Shogun in the studio tonight for Shamrock Brewster Studios. You guys want to? Yo, we're doing a Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 classic map tier list. Coming at you live from Afghanistan. It's going to be great. We got bombs dropping outside. It's going to be a grand old time. So,
Stop bullying me, y'all!
So, Mr. Red and Shogun, glad to have you guys in the studio. We're talking the classics here. The classic Battlefront, the one from EA, doesn't matter. What do you guys think about these maps?
They're pretty excellent, except two of them are garbage, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that is a hot take, and I'm actually interested to see which ones you think are complete dookie. I guess we could probably COVID. Wait, COVID. Wait a second. Oh God, this is already unhinged. Let me we're just gonna go in order here. I don't feel like I think this is probably already in alphabetical order now that I'm looking at it because it's got Bespin up top and Yavin at the bottom. I guess we'll just go in order. You guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about Cloud City first?
Yeah, sure.
All right. How do you feel about Cloud City? What are you thinking on this list? You know, you got S, A, B, C, F, S.
No, S. It's an absolute. It is the best map with no vehicles.
Well, here's the thing. This map is S tier for one reason alone: the bridge. You know exactly what I'm talking. You know that hallway? Remember the watch those wrist rockets like walkway?
Yeah. You could have like a whole goddamn sniper duel. Just have the whole game on that in that hallway.
In fact, no, literally, we did that this summer, right? We remember we dueled, and it was just the two. It was the two of us dueling, and it was just we did no fighting outside of that one walkway. We didn't even go into the carbon freezing chamber. We didn't touch any other point of the map. We only spawned whatever those two those spawn points were called, and it was just wrist rockets. It was missiles, grenades. It was just complete hell. I might still have fucking some form of PTSD from it. It was amazing. And you know what? That map is S tier because also as a kid, I thought it was hilarious that you could jump into the carbon freezing chamber and die immediately. You just had a brain aneurysm and drop dead. It was great.
He just goes, "Oh, it's cold."
You literally jump in and just go, "Ow!" Just fall over and die. But yeah, that map's pretty quality. And talk about another quality map, fresh off of Bespin as well. We have Bespin platforms. I'd like to hear your hot take on this one.
I don't have a hot take. I have a bandwagony take. It's S. It's arguably the best map of the whole series.
Oh, of course. Bespin platforms, let me tell you. Bespin platforms, you know, I can't tell you how many times I would actually be, you know how there's like the really long bridges in between, like where the central spawn point is, and then there's like the two, where it always breaks out into complete hell. And I've actually had times where I've walked in that general direction, and then you see corpses like flying out the side windows, and it's hilarious with the terrible like ragdoll physics they had, where they were just like these stiff bodies flying out at 90-degree angles. It was amazing. Plus, this map, the aerial combat's pretty fun. If you hop in the cloud car, you can like do some bombing runs. This map is pretty solid. This is like entry level Battlefront. Whenever I have a new friend trying out this game, I'm like, "Yo, platforms." This is
Mariana.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what's great? Like, it sucks when it's used against you, obviously, but when you use the turrets against infantry, they just go flying. They roll. They fly. It's hilarious.
I've actually had that where when you claim the central command post and then you got let's say you're the Empire and you got some rebel soldiers up in the turrets. It's hilarious because you see your stormtroopers like trying to crouch walk up there and they get fucking obliterated because the turret is just waiting. And the second like one pixel appears from their helmet, they get their heads blown clean off and they go flying. Like, oh wait, we lost Charlie.
Charlie. I like those moments where you actually, like, you get up close to the turret and you're desperately trying to shoot the guy out of it, but he keeps moving. but like his character model isn't moving at all, so he just looks like really bored.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck? I don't get paid enough to do this shit. Yeah, no, that map's a class. Honestly, most of the maps in here, I'm probably just going to end up saying they're classics. And with that being said, we have the Jedi Slaughter map from the campaign, the Jedi Temple. How you feeling about the Jedi Temple, Mr. Red?
No lower than B.
Yeah, I'd say B tier is probably safe. You know, it's not. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's not bad, right? Like it's there.
I had one of my best last stands on this goddamn map once. I was playing Nat in Galactic Conquest, and he tends to pick the hero bonus here because normally I play Empire, he plays Rebels, and if he picks hero, he gets Luke, and he just slices his way through my troops.
Yeah.
So I have this strategy. It's kind of annoying, but it works. Whenever my reinforcements get really low, I don't take a command post fully. I just let it go to neutral, and then I keep moving. And I kept like circling the map, so he kind of kept having to chase me. Well, eventually, it just got down to me versus like 50, 60 guys. And I made my last stand. Like I put my back against the wall in the council chamber where there's like three doorways, but essentially there's only one way in because it's all one direction. The best way I could describe it is I had the ending from Scarface. I just like gunned down everyone by myself trying to get in. And at first, Matt's like, all right, whatever. You're down like 50-1 or whatever. I got him down to like 20, and he started panicking the fuck out.
Yeah, he was really starting to sweat. Like, oh shit.
Because eventually, I got the elite rifle, and I just started one-shotting everyone who just showed their face in that room. Eventually, someone got a lucky shot on me, but I just started one-shotting everyone with the elite rifle.
And he was probably like, oh fuck. I had something similar when we get to Naboo Theed Palace. I have a similar story from Galactic Conquest, but like, no, it's hilarious the kind of insanity you can do with this. The fucking. This last stand back against the wall, lighting the shit up. Fucking yeah, just start screaming. What was this? Dagobah, bro, Dagobah. How are we feeling about Dagobah?
Same thing. I think Dagobah's a bit underrated. No one talks about it that much. I think it's a solid B or A. Maybe B.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dagobah is probably another safe B tier. I feel like a lot of the Battlefront 2 maps, not because I don't like them, just because I feel like the Battlefront 1 maps are more of classics, and I've just played on them more. But Dagobah is pretty solid. I know like there was like that spooky tree, the dark side. Yeah, the fucking spooky chief city chief box or whatever the fuck. That shit. No, because if I remember correctly, maybe I'm just like high or some shit, but when you went in that tree in the game, couldn't you like faintly hear Darth Vader breathing? Was that like a little Easter egg? You could do that, right? Like,
it's the cave. It's the cave Luke goes in, and yeah, you hear Vader breathing.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool as a kid. I mean, other than that, the only thing I didn't like about the map is that, if I remember correctly, it was also kind of dark. Like, I felt like you were just playing Combat Evolved, like the flood level.
Oh yeah, good point. I don't know. I have a lot of solid games on Dagobah. Again, I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. It's like it's not phenomenal or anything, but
remember it wrong.
It's a solid map.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might just be remembering it wrong, but for some reason I always thought like maybe it was too dark, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, but it's pretty solid. Not like too much else to say, but what there is a lot to say though is the Death Star map, specifically pranking one of your friends to run into the Death Star firing chamber. Oh yeah, it'll be perfectly and then you get fucking obliterated. This map is fun. I remember this one being kind of fun. A little confused, a little kind of maze-like in some areas, but other than that, it was all around a good time.
You know, like it's got the shortcut in the detention area where you go through the
trash compactor, right?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there an area where you could get people on it, and then like it was like a bridge, and then you can disable it, and then have them all fall to their death?
Yeah. There's like a little.
Right? Yeah.
There's like a little glowing thing to the side, and if you blow it up, the bridge is gone. I don't know if permanently or whatever, but you can really fuck with people there.
Because I remember I've done that where like I basically tricked the game into getting a bunch of enemies to try to push what I think it's the firing chamber. If I'm remembering the map correctly, where the firing chamber is, because that's a command point. There's like one of the ways they can flank in is from this one of those bridges that you can collapse or make it retract or whatever. And I remember a lot of guys happened to be piled on it, and I closed it out, and I probably killed like 20 of them. They were all just stacked on, and I just saw the floor drop. They were like, I hear something. just fall to their death.
I know exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's in the room with all like the walkways with no railings.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I've even had times just like in the heat of combat, you kind of like go to dodge roll and fucking just fly off the side of the map and kill yourself because you don't realize like there's just no railings. Because sometimes when you're playing, you just don't think about it. All of a sudden, you just roll and you're just like, oh shit.
Because you panic. It's like, oh no, grenade, and then you fall off because the Empire doesn't believe in OSHA regulations.
Yeah. They don't believe in guardrails. With that being said, I think this map is another probably like either A or B tier, I'd say, just in terms of nostalgia and fun.
I completely agree.
I think I'll drop this. I think I'll give this one either high B or A tier.
I'm not going to disagree. I think it's in the same vein as like the Jedi Temple in Dagobah.
Yeah. I think I'll drop it high B tier for now, but you can always do the like reassess it later. I know sometimes we like to do that when we reach the end of the tier list, maybe like move some shit around. Once we have everything in scope. Endor's fun. Endor's a great map.
Endor's fun, but I think believe it or not, I think it's the weakest out of like the 4 base map. You know what I'm saying? Like the
the ones where there are so like Hoth, because there's only one map on it. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. So out of like Camino, Geonosis, Hoth, Endor, I actually think Endor's the weakest. Despite the fact that it's like a forest, it kind of funnels you in just one direction.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not big on that. Plus, I hate how in the first game, what is it? You go in the bunker and there's the computer that you can destroy. It takes way too much firepower to destroy it because those destructive command posts are built to be shot at with vehicles like the Hoth fuel generator or the Techno Union ships on Geonosis. But I guess they just kind of forgot to program the big computer in the shield bunker a different way. So even if you speed in there with a speeder bike, you're not going to have enough ammo. And I don't know, some programmer who's laughing his ass off at everyone's pain puts a health droid down there, but not an ammo droid. So once you run out of ammo, you got to run back up to the entrance where you're probably going to be gunned down by turrets.
Yeah, like immediately. Unless if you lock the base down with your friends. And I remember that always being a pain. You have to like spam grenades at it, unload your rifle, run up, actually, the quickest way I didn't even bother shooting at it. If I remember correctly, I just threw the concussion grenades at it, the ones that stick, and then you just run back up, and I would just grab the ammo real quick, run back down, throw all my grenades, run back. Like, I only did the grenades. I didn't even bother shooting at it. There might have been a better way of doing it. I just remember back in the day when I was a kid, I was like, fuck it. I just threw all my grenades at it, and then I would just rinse and repeat until the thing was gone.
Well, when I was in there, normally I'd be the rocket launcher guy, so... throw a few grenades, shoot a few rockets. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love speeder bikes, but other than that, I think this map is like C.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the other thing is that this map, C for cock block with the fucking logs. If you're in the ATST, and all of because half the time I don't even think about it. All of a sudden, you get one shot, you get fucking clapped by the logs, and you can't even. There's no way to avoid it, right? Is there actually a way to avoid it? Because maybe I'm just a noob. Can you can you walk in and like back out real quick, or do you just die?
No, there is a way. Like okay, like if you go around completely the other direction in the map, you might have to do some awkward maneuvering, but it's completely doable. You kind of go around the trees. The thing is, you're tempted to go through the area with the swinging logs because it's the only area of the map that's just wide open. So you're like, oh, let me walk through it, and then you get butt fucked by 2 giant logs.
Now, the only thing, though, is that is annoying, but I think once you spring it, that, like, trap doesn't go off again, right? So, like, you could just, like, clear all the traps and then not have to worry about it. I mean, obviously, you don't want to just kill yourself every single time, but...
I think after a while, they restart.
Gotcha. I remember there was a couple times where I was able to trick the bots into going first and watching them die, and then I let them take the fall, and then I just go in and I clean up. Yeah, no, I think this map. Yeah, I agree. Out of the main, what do you say, like the base maps? Those are. This is definitely probably the weakest.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we should take this into consideration when it's the second game. Like what heroes you get on the maps, also.
I guess we could. I was honestly, so far I've just been basing it off of fun factor and like nostalgia with the map in general. And if you want to be more technical with that, like by all means. I might not remember. Just off memory, my memory is going to be a little hazy on who you can get on each map. Because honestly, when I did heroes, my favorite was just going on Mos Eisley, where it was any hero, and it was just a fucking clown fiesta with people slaughtering each other. That was fun.
Yeah. I think it's worth mentioning, but I don't think it should factor. I kind of take that back. I don't think it should factor into the final grade all that much. The only thing, all right, before we move on to Endor, the only thing I want to say is it's a perfectly fine map. I've been pretty negative on it, but there's way better maps in both games.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's perfect. That's why it's C tier. Like C is still average. It's still passing. It's just. This is coming from a huge fan of Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Hey, Endor, like, I like the ambiance of Endor, though. I like that you hear the Ewoks in the background and stuff. Like, you hear them like screaming every now and then. That's kind of fun.
You hear them blowing their horn.
Yeah, they do that shit. And you hear the fucking like I can't even fucking I can't even try to mimic an Ewok right now. You know what I mean? Felucia, I remember was spooky when you played the campaign with the Acklays. Is that how you pronounce it? The fucking spider things.
I think so.
Yeah, the thing from episode 2 with the weird like crab spider legs. That shit. No, yeah, but remember those things came out of the woodwork, and I was like, oh shit, like firing at them. This map is probably. I mean, I feel like everyone else thinks more highly of Felucia than I do. I'm gonna put that in C, actually. Well, I only thought highly of it just from I thought it was cool in the campaign because of fighting the wildlife, but I think like as a galactic conquest or whatever instant action map, yeah, I would agree with C tier. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of there's just like too much going on. Like I feel like half the time there's all these plants you have to fucking maneuver through. You can't see what's going on. No, I can put it perfectly. It's a lesser version of the Jedi Temple map because you can go. I don't know why Felucia. I feel like funnels you more. Even though you'd think it would be open ended, a lot of times when I play Felucia, I feel like I'm funneled more into like going in a circle around the map, even though you'd think you'd be able to cut through the middle. Whereas the Jedi Temple map, half the time, I and a lot of people I play with do cut through the middle, and it's an intense fight in the middle, like the open area. Whereas Felucia kind of doesn't have that. Again, by all means, this is not a bad map, but it feels like a more linear version in a weird way of the Jedi Temple map. And I can kind of see that.
Also,
I'm sorry.
It's one of the few maps where the Empire gets ATSTs instead of those like TX-130 tanks. Yeah. And the ATST is garbage in Battlefront 2.
I think the one thing with this map is that I feel like it's like Endor, and how you said Endor's too linear. It's like I feel like this map of all things should feel way more open, and like you said, it feels so like a forced direction that you should be going in, more or less, you know?
Yeah. But it's like Endor, it kind of makes sense because you look at it, it's like, all right, it's one straight line. Endor, like Felucia, I just don't get it. It looks like it should be open ended, but it funnels you into going into a circle that basically becomes a straight line. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So and it kind of it's like it doesn't live up to the promise almost at that point. Like you see it on the loading screen, you're like, this is gonna be fucking like sick. It's gonna be like dense jungle warfare basically, and then it's just you walk in a circle until somebody wins.
It's a disgusting planet full of disease. It should be glassed. It should be burned.
It should be glassed. With that being said, though, we're gonna take Geonosis, right? We're gonna put Geonosis. And Geonosis is going to go into S tier strictly for the fact that I could get a Republic gunship.
hold on. I'm looking at the pictures. I hate to be that nerd. I'm pretty sure the one you just put in that though is the Battlefront 2 one.
Okay, you're right. Because what I'm looking at is the Spire. You know the mass genocide I've committed at the Spire, where I would get in the Republic gunship, tell all these retard clone AI to get in, and then I fly to the skybox. And I hit, left and right on the D-pad to tell them to all get out. And those morons jump out, not realizing that I'm like 500 feet off the ground. And you hear the delayed screaming. And then you see your reinforcement count dropping. I don't know why, for some reason I love that about the map, that you could literally just fly your clones up and just mass murder them.
Get out right away, sir. Oh,
get out right away. Ow. Their legs break on impact. But that's the thing. Everything else about this map is awesome. The Geonosins, the ATTEs, the Techno-Union ships, you can blow those up. The spider droids, the Hailfire. Everything about this map is sick. But I had the most fun as a kid, just slaughtering my teammates for no reason.
What is it? The Battlefront 1 has, what is it? The Geonosian Starfighters?
Oh yeah, that too. The hangar that you got to fly out of was sick too.
You know what I like to do? It kind of requires some luck, but if you fly over there quick enough with a gunship, jump out and hijack it, I swear to God, I guess because the creators weren't intending you to do this, that shit does a lot of damage to the Techno-Union ships.
Oh shit!
You'd think because they have like one little crummy laser, it wouldn't do that much, but it actually it chips away at the Techno-Union ships. I feel like quicker than the gunships.
Because I remember what I used to do is I would fly the gunship and I would have Brandon on. Shout out Brandon, by the way. I would have him on one of the ball turrets, and then I would like hover in a way where he could beam it while I was spamming the rockets and the primary fire. And then that's what I would do. Like as soon as the match started, I would fly over, destroy all 3 ships, and then like we would just have a huge lead just from doing that. And I haven't actually tried it with the Geonosin. So what do? You just like as the clones, you just immediately bum rush the Spire, and then you just take one of the Starfighters.
Well, like you got to quickly fly over there with a gunship. I think it helps to be a jet trooper, so you can kind of jump out and just fly in there, or
just fuck everyone else in the gunship. You just kamikaze.
Well, actually, no. In all fairness, don't wait for anyone else to come with you. That'll just take up time. Just get in and immediately book it towards the Spire hangar.
I'll need to try that the next time I play that game, because I've never. Every single time to be fair though, every single time I'm on that map, I usually just pick the Republic, because I like the Republic gunship is probably one of my favorite prequel era vehicles, so I always just want to fly it.
Because no one wants to be the droids. Droids suck.
Yeah, well that too. The fucking droids are ass. And with that being said, I'm trying to remember what was the difference, the major difference between the Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 Geonosis map. I remember like
the major difference is Battlefront 2's map isn't as linear, but they really scaled down the vehicular warfare of it, and that's why I'm kind of torn. I feel like objectively as a map, Battlefront 2's is actually designed better. But Battlefront 1's is way more what, like, the Battle of Geonosis should be. It was just 2 big armies with a bunch of artillery charging at each other like a bunch of drunken retards.
Yeah, it's supposed to be completely chaotic. Like, it's supposed to be the Clone Wars. It's supposed to be all-out warfare. I want that. I don't care if the map is designed well. I want just mindless, like, tanks blowing the shit out of each other.
And that's the thing. There's only 1 ATTE in the Battlefront 2 version versus 2 in the first game. There's no Republic gunships, which is bullshit.
You know what? Fuck this map. No Republic gunship. Sorry, canceled.
See,
I would. Yeah, C tier is probably safe. I can't completely shit on it, but I feel like unless if it's actually atrocious, it's gonna be at least C tier for me. And this map falls perfectly there.
Now, see, I don't play on it a lot either, but that might be because most of the time, no matter who I'm playing as, we pick Galactic Civil War more, so it's like, you can't go to Geonosis, but I don't know, I don't have as many memories on the Battlefront 2 one as Battlefront 1, so... Yeah, I guess that's.
I'll be honest with that too. Yeah, I remember the Battlefront 1 map vividly. Battlefront 2, I remember some pieces here or there, but yeah, it's definitely just not as good. The one part of the map I liked was how. Was that? No, I think that was Battlefront 1, where there's that downed ship as one of the objectives. It's like I think it's a CIA.
A down Techno Union ship.
Yeah, remember how that's one of the objectives? It's like just a bunch of fucking debris and shit.
That's in both That's in both maps, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fucking nerd. I've played these games too much.
Yeah, honestly, like,
I've wasted so much of my life on these fucking games.
Honestly, this is gonna sound sad, but like, I honestly haven't spent as much. I've played both games, obviously, but I've definitely spent way more time in the first one. Like, my memory on some of the maps from the second game is gonna be a little shoddy, so you're gonna have to forgive me. Don't
worry. I have no life. I know a lot of obscure shit about all of them.
Hell yeah! And with that being said, though, Hoth, I think it goes without saying that Hoth is S tier. I could blow up Tauntauns in that map, so but that's well, no, this okay.
Put it at least above Geonosis. Hoth is arguably the best map.
Hoth just for the snow speeders clipping into the side of the hangar. No, that's the thing. It's honestly super fun to play, like, either side, because you either get the AT-AT and you just butt fuck Echo Base and destroy the shield bunker or the shield generator, or you get a snow speeder with the boys and you destroy the AT-ATs right away, and then you just fucking lay waste to the Empire, and then you spawn kill the AT-ATs. Like, I think the best part about this map, I mean, I don't know if you have the same feelings, but I think the map, a good map is not necessarily the map design itself, but, like, I guess it goes with map design. In this case, the vehicle combat on both sides is equally as fun. You can slaughter people in the giant walkers, but it's also equally as fun going around the snow speeder, fucking strafe runs and taking down the walkers and doing all. I don't know. I think both sides are equally as fun, and I think that makes for a well-balanced map, which is why
you have no idea how much of my life in the first game I have wasted just on Hoth, just by picking away at Walker's health with the turrets.
Yeah, like it's completely insane. You got the trench warfare. I love this being in the AT-ATs, and you see the random rebels running up on Tauntauns, and you just blast them, and you see their bodies go flying off. Like, it's so fun.
I can say this though. This map, for as much as we're gushing about it, is way better in the first game than in the second game. They kind of screwed it up a bit in the second game. It's way more unbalanced in favor of the Empire in the second game.
The one thing that is favorable, I mean, I guess it's not technically, it is Hoth, but it's not the official map. Is the Wampa, that like the Wampa mode or whatever the fuck. What the hell was that called?
Yeah. Hunt.
Yeah, that was it. That was always fun. Where you it was the other side of Echo Base where the rebel like transport ships were at. That was always fun. I remember.
Oh, dude, I remember this one time. It's on video anyway. So, but a long time ago when Mara and I actually did a playthrough of Battlefront 2. When you're supposed to head to the back hangar, Mara decided instead to take an ATSD and walk over like the hill of Echo Base to the back.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it worked, and he plummeted off the side, and he almost landed right on me. Actually, I swear to God.
What the hell? Man, that's amazing. Yeah, honestly, Hoth is great. Because Hoth also comes from the best Star Wars movie. Hands down.
Hoth is top 3, definitely. It is a fantastic map.
And I think next we have this is Camino, right?
Oh, hold on. Let me look closely at which one's which.
Oh yeah, there might be. They basically fucking look this shit. Wait, hang on, let me look. I think the first one is Battlefront 1.
No, I think the first one's Battlefront 2 because.
There, I'll fix it. So
okay,
now, yeah. Okay, so now, all right, Battlefront 1 Camino.
Believe it or not, I think this map is criminally underrated. High B, maybe A.
I think I'll drop an A tier just because I've always liked Camino outside, like from the movie and also from from these games. I mean, also the newer ones, but yeah, we're not going to talk about it too much. I never actually played those. I don't want anyone to hate me. Sorry. But no, Kamino's great.
Because you know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of times in these games, the maps are better when they're not linear, and there's always like two separate sides of the battle going on Kamino. Like if I die on one, I'll respawn on the other and be like, let me try over here. It's a really solid map.
It honestly kind of gives me a Bespin Platforms vibe if you think about it, because like you got all these separate. So Bespin Platforms kind of has more of the chaotic battles in the middle, but sometimes you get the enemy fighters that like flank, and they'll capture one of your platforms in the back, and then they'll start to like kind of sandwich you. So you almost kind of get that vibe on this map a little bit, where it's like a little more chaotic and spread out, which again, like you said, is non-linear and it's fun. Less predictable. Like every map, or when you play on this map multiple times, it doesn't always feel like the same fight, more or less. I don't know. It's definitely fun, and I love the atmosphere. The atmosphere of Kamino is great. I love the seizure-inducing lightning, the crazy waves. It's just an all-around great time. And
I think it's a very underrated map. I don't think people talk about it a lot.
Yeah, no, I've always had a good time. I think it's just because a lot of people probably enjoyed the maps with like vehicles and stuff, just for the chaos. But no, Kamino's pretty fun, and Kamino from Battlefront 2 is also nice because I like the indoor combat you can do in the cloning facility where everything's blinding.
See, that's the weird thing is this one's kind of like Geonosis as well, because I feel like you'd almost think the Battlefront 2 one. Hold on. Yeah, no, sorry, I had food in my mouth. Sorry. You'd almost think the Battlefront 2 one is better designed because it's a lot more. It's just a lot bigger. But actually, the Battlefront 2 one I think is more linear. It kind of this one kind of has more of a Bespin Platforms feel because it kind of funnels you into a narrow bridge in the center where shit really hits the fan, and then once you get past that center area, it kind of opens up. I feel like most people would like the Battlefront 2 one more, but I actually think I like the Battlefront 1 version more. Even though the Battlefront 1 version just seems so much more simple.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I'd probably I might rank it or like rearrange these, but I think it's fair to drop Battlefront 2 Kamino in B tier.
That's fine.
And oh my god, wait. Oh no, this is oh wait, hang on. Let me fix this because I like doing the Battlefront 1 maps first. Kashyyyk Docks. Let me talk to you about Kashyyyk Docks real quick. Kashyyyk Docks is S tier. The thing about Kashyyyk... okay, I think I've told... You know what my strategy is for Kashyyyk Docks?
You whore the fucking recon droid.
Yes! I go prone. I pick the sniper class. I go prone next to the little gonk droid, my buddy. He butt fucks me while I'm laying down. And then I get the recon droids. I send them down. You can see it in this picture here, the little dock. While I'm up on the platform on the left, I send the recon droid down. I see a group of people. I go, Allahu Akbar. and I fucking send them to hell. Like, just immediately. Or sometimes, and then, also you get the meme when you do Clone Wars on this map, and you got the droidicas that fucking commit suicide in the water. Because they're under the water level and they drown. So they die because for some reason droids can need to breathe. That was always funny. But yeah, no, I don't know what it was about this map, but something about just sitting up there because the AI never flanked the. I don't know if you've ever had this, but whenever I've been up on those sniping platforms, I've never had a problem where I've been laying up there and then get completely butt fucked by enemies advancing on the objective. I'll just lay up there, send a recon droid down, blow a couple people to hell, reload, send another one down. Sometimes I'll feel a little fancy and I'll send them up the beach, and I'll drop a couple mortar rounds over there. It's fun. I mean, there's obviously other ways to play this map, but that's how I've played it. I just kamikaze with the recon droids until I either win or lose.
Can I say this? Possible hot take. I think S is a bit too high. I would put it in A.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone loves this map so much, and it's fine, but like you said, I feel like this one doesn't offer as much. You have one dominant strategy, really, snipe. Unless
sit up top, yeah.
Unless you're really okay with like dying a lot, trying to take a command post by like up front. I don't know, like the way one side has vehicles, the other side kind of doesn't. Sometimes gets a little annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong, solid map, I love it, but
you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, because I can agree, because it's the Republic and the Rebels that get the towers, which is the fun part, and the other side gets vehicles. But I almost feel like playing as the enemy side can almost be a little bit, maybe not. Wait, no. I think it's probably easier to play as the enemy side because you get the vehicles, but it's more fun to like sit up and snipe. But it's obviously a much harder fight because meanwhile you're sitting up there, you're popping off with your sniper, but then the entire I think the objective. Was the objective called Beachfront? The one that's like right in the middle there?
The beachfront, beach head or something?
Yeah, but that one almost always got lost. I can't tell you how many times it gets lost within the first 5 minutes of the match because the enemies just roll up with tanks and just decimate our defenses. No amount of recon droids can stop that.
I don't know. I mean, but then again, this one deserves to be ranked high just for that droidicus shit, where they roll off like the fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
They roll off like the fucking little island all the way to the back, and they die and they explode. And you just see like their pieces fly in your what is it, your sniper scope.
Oh yeah, because I've done that. I've actually, or not even through the sniper scope, I've actually gone down with the recon droid. And I'll you know, how I was saying, I'll feel a little spicy and I'll fly it up to the beachhead objective instead of just dropping it on the docks and bombarding them like residents of Baghdad. And and I'll roll it up the beachhead, and then all of a sudden I look to my right and I just see droid pieces flying at me, and I'm like, what the hell? Because the droidicus is just committing suicide en masse. Yeah, no, but pretty solid map. And you know what also is a pretty decent map? Kashyyyk Islands.
Possible hot take. I think this is the superior Kashyyyk map from Battlefront 1.
You know, it's actually funny you say that, because I've had, I don't know if you've had the same play strat, but bombing runs. You ever just get into the bomber and just...
I don't, but fucking, you know, Shogun, if he's Chief, whatever, is still in the chat, he's a goddamn fucking beast with the bomber. He is a one-man wrecking crew with a goddamn, like, the best way I can describe it is, you know that, like, have you ever seen Apocalypse?
Operation Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, like, have you seen Apocalypse Now? That part where like all the gunships roll up to like the Vietnam village and it's playing like Flight of the Valkyries or something?
Yeah.
That is Morrow, except with just one. That is him with just like one TIE bomber, just dun da 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 da, and he fire bombs this Wookiee village to hell.
That's what's amazing. You're basically committing mass genocide as a video game, because you have all these Wookiees in this village in the middle and you just bombard them.
Dude, he has no co-pilot, so he paints the picture of like this lone TIE pilot trying to fly the thing.
So funny.
Trying to fly the thing, and
Like,
then
I get in and out of the driver's seat. Like, oh, gotta go to the bombardier now. Oh God.
I almost see him like positioned in a weird way where he's like steering with his legs, like steering with his feet, and then he's like hunched over. He's like facing backwards and holding onto the bomber's seat, like the handles to drop the bombs. Like completely unorthodox, but he's just fucking like trusting his instinct and just flying that way.
dude, that TIE pilot should be like awarded a medal by the Emperor himself. I don't know, it's a solid map. I have some pretty good fucking firefights. Because while, like, Chief will be in the sky, I'll be, like, keeping things locked down on the ground.
Fucking locked down.
I did that. Oh, sorry?
No, I was going to say, like, either that or in the beginning, I'll take the regular TIE fighter, quickly, like, fly it over to the enemy's, like, ships, get out, and take their fighter. So then, like, since the AI will never hijack an enemy vehicle, they'll only have, like, one flying vehicle then. Unless I just keep destroying it the minute it respawns.
Oh yeah, I too. You get into the bomber, and then I've actually done that. I'll get into the bomber, I'll bum rush where their vehicles are, and then I bombard them where I either blow them up or I get them low enough to the point where I can just blow them out of the sky. And then and then you just do fucking like Middle Eastern bombing runs on the Wookiee village until the vehicles respawn again, and then I just spawn camp them. It's amazing.
The only thing that, like, gets really difficult is like if you're playing as I think the droids of the Empire and you're moving into like you're the 3 command posts on the outside. Like the minute you take one of the ones in the center, then like the reinforcements just start like getting real. It turns into a fucking mosh pit basically.
Oh god.
Like it gets ridiculously difficult to try to take another command post. It just becomes a mass slaughter.
Yeah, this fucking... I feel like this map, when you're not doing bombing runs, this feels like you're raiding, like, a Vietnam village. Like, it's just, like, dark. There's just so much, like, explosions going... It's amazing. Like, it's just so chaotic.
Just Wookiees flying out on fire.
Yeah, you know, you always love the indigenous population getting blown to pieces.
Are you putting an S or A?
Right now, I have it in low S. I was gonna say if I put it in A tier, I would just put it above Kashyyyk Docks, obviously. I have it in S tier though. I don't know if you want me to bump it down, but that's just kind of where I dropped it.
I'm gonna bump it at high A. I'd say.
Above Camino?
Yeah, above Camino.
Now, is Kashyyyk Docks above Camino? Or do we look at that later?
We can get, like, unless you want to input something on that, then I'd say get back to it later. You need to mull that one a little bit more.
Personally, I would probably bump it up to above Camino, but we can check it out. Oh, we got fucking Normandy Beach. I love this map.
Oh.
This. Oh my god, the insanity with the vehicle combat on this map with the tanks.
Oh, when you're playing Galactic Conquest and both sides use the sabotage bonus.
Oh god.
Goodbye. It is. You will have severe cases of shell shock from a goddamn fucking video game.
Shell shock, and it's just Normandy Beach. Like, this is the Star Wars equivalent of D-Day. Like, is it not? Like, look at it. It's literally D-Day.
Just vehicles blowing up left and right. You know what I fucking find hilarious?
What?
That you know, like the little treehouse off to the side on the beach, and then behind it is like the command post behind the wall.
Yeah.
If you have enough boost, if you could just take a tank and drive over like the big tree on the side.
Oh yeah, you can just go completely careening over it. Oh yeah, sorry.
You drive a tank behind the wall, and you just scare the shit out of it. I can only imagine on an online game how pissed off people must be if you just drive a tank over the big tree and land it on the back there.
And then start spawn camping them. Or, you know, you get the... And honestly, I mean, like, just playing this game as a kid, I always love the satisfaction of when you're playing on the enemy side, and you know that giant wooden wall that you can actually just completely blow to hell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, and then, like, when you... Like, that was the most satisfying thing, where you finally claim the beach, and then you just do that final push to the, that last objective that's, up behind the, that main big wall, and you just blow it to hell, you just come stop it in with all your forces. That was always fun.
Who's definitely not Brooke?
Oh, I know Brooke. How's it going, Brooke?
We're not playing League. It's a lie.
Bro!
Alright,
oh,
bro.
wait.
I'm gonna log off. I'm dead tired.
See you, Chief.
Peace out, guys.
Adios, man.
Peace out.
We're recording a video for my YouTube channel. If you want to... we're doing a Star Wars... I have it streaming right now. We got a Star Wars Battlefront map tier list from the original games because we're dweebs.
Okay, we'll have fun with that. I'm gonna go play League. I was just popping in to see what y'all are doing.
Yeah, sounds good. I might be around to play either a little bit after this or sometime tomorrow. Cool.
Bye.
See ya. Where are we at? Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I just love how people can hijack your videos from time to time.
Yeah, you know, it's far enough in where no one's gonna notice.
Yeah. Now, can I say this though? After all we've been gushing, I actually feel like out of the 3 Kashyyyk maps, this is the weakest one.
I feel that like this one is definitely chaotic, but I think in terms of like nostalgia and fun factor, well, maybe not fun factor. I think like the first 2 Kashyyyk maps definitely have a special place in my heart. I think if anything, this is probably a B tier for me.
Yeah, I'd say
Like low.
low. Maybe you can put it above Camino, but I would not put it above like Dagobah or Death Star.
Yeah, let's put it there for now. Mustafar. Oh wait, Mustafar's another one where you can destroy the bridge. I'm pretty sure, or like do something to it.
Can you? I know there's the walkway that actually sometimes lowers into the lava, and you just always you always forget, and then you run out and into the lava, and that's where you get fucking pissed and throw your controller.
Yeah, no, because I've actually done that. I'll like do that to Brandon or something, and like have it so he goes in the lava and just dies. Mustafar. I mean, like Mustafar is like pretty cool. I mean, just because.
I'd say like mid to high B.
Yeah, maybe like.
I feel like I'm hammering in this point a lot, but it's like it's got some. It's not linear. There's like a lot of different ways you can go in this map. It doesn't funnel you in one direction.
Yeah. Maybe put it.
Also, if you're the Empire, you get what is like their best hero. For some reason, even if you're the Empire, you get to play as Anakin on this map.
Yeah, that's always funny. You fucking just like flying through and cutting people down.
Yeah.
I think Mustafar. So you said mid to high B, right? So maybe like less than Dagobah, but above Kashyyyk.
Yeah, I have some pretty good matches on Mustafar, especially when one or both people have the heroes.
Yeah. And now we got Megiddo. I think I remember Megiddo being a pretty fun time. If anything, at least like average, you know.
I'd say above average. Megiddo's a pretty good map, even though you'd think it would be super linear. I don't know. I have some pretty good matches on Megiddo.
Yeah, this is another one where again, it's like from Battlefront 2. It's one of the I feel like when I played Battlefront 2, at least like recently, I've done a lot of the space battles just because I remember those being a fun time. That being said, the Megiddo, you know what? This is probably just another solid B tier.
No argument there.
I
feel like I had more to say about Megiddo though, but
I'll put it like next to Mustafar. Probably a safe bet.
Yeah.
Naboo Plains or
garbage.
Wait, where are you putting it?
I don't know. Like F might be going too far, but I want to go on record as saying this is the weakest map from the first game. I
definitely because. What was even the fun part of this, man? I remember there was like the weird Tauntaun clone for the Gungans, right? What the hell are those things even called? With the two legs?
I don't know. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know. I gotta go. Maybe it'll tell me in my old Phantom Menace book I got as a kid.
Yeah, and it's just like too open. Like I don't know.
That's the thing. I feel like I have a lot of quiet games here. It's just like I always hear shots and explosions and death off in the background instead of being in the thick of it. And lots of times it's like, oh, the vehicle's destroyed. I gotta walk over there. Fuck that. Also, it's an unbalanced map. Like the Republic and the Rebels get like a flying vehicle, but the Empire and the droids don't. Like the fuck is that?
Yeah, because don't the droids only get that like dinky speeder? The what's that called? The STAP or something?
STD.
STD stat. They get the fucking she's too young vehicle. Oh, yeah, no, that's probably a nice D tier. If it's not D tier, it's like low C.
Low C, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just too goddamn open. I don't know. I have my most mild matches here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I'm putting that in D. I think that's a good D tier. I don't want to. Yeah, no, that's D tier for me. I think. Was that your hot take? Was that your? Because remember you were saying out of all these maps there was one that you were going to rank low. Was that it, or am I going to be pleasantly surprised?
That's one of them. I don't know if it's a hot take though. I don't know if a lot of people like Naboo Plains or not.
I mean, I'm kind of like whatever with it, so that's why I'm completely fine with what you're saying.
We're gonna be getting to the other one soon though.
Now, with that being said, Naboo Theed Palace. This is the one I wanted to bring up when I've done Galactic Conquest on this map, and this is the one where I remember I loaded in. I forget if I was playing with Brandon or not, but it was one of those ones where the enemy had like quadruple the reinforcements I had. I don't remember the exact numbers, but you know how there's like that central command point in the middle, and then there's kind of like the ones that go all the way around it, or like more or less surround it.
I hate to be. I hate to be this fucking nerd, but which game were you playing? One or two?
Battlefront 2, I believe.
Okay, because the placement of the command post, God, I'm gonna be this fucking nerd. The placement of the command post is slightly different in the center. In the first game, it's like more towards the gate. It's kind of up against the wall, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas in the second game, it's kind of just out there in the middle of the courtyard.
I want to say it was the second. I think it was the second game. I just remember I basically did a strategy where I was down.
Was it day or night?
What's up?
Was it day or night?
I think it was night. So
Then it was the second game.
Yeah. So, but I remember I had like 10 reinforcements, and the enemy had like at least 50 or 60, and I won because they started with that center command post, and I had one of the outer ones. And I just captured all the ones on the outside, so that all my forces, what little I had. We just surrounded them, and then it was just Columbine. It was just a firing squad. Like, they couldn't do anything. They were just spawning in, and the second they spawned in, we were just gunning them down. We sabotaged all their tanks, and they couldn't do anything. The second they appeared, we just immediately blasted them. So, I don't know. I have good memories with this map. I feel like you get some fun vehicle combat on it. I also like that, they jazzed it up a little in the second game, changed it up a little bit with the command post placements, and also made it nighttime.
There's a weird part of the map in both. I'm pretty sure in both games that a lot of people I don't think interact with. It's like, do you know how like on the opposite end of like where the center command post you're talking about, there's kind of like this weird. There's a bunch of water basically. That's all I can describe it.
Oh yeah, and there's like it's like 2 or 3 bridges, and it leads to like a separate building.
Yeah, there are 2 ramps on like each side that you could drive down, and because like the tanks float, you can actually drive on the water. There's like no point to ever like go over there. But
I've done that. I've actually done that before, and then I realized I was like, "What the hell is happening?" Because like, there's nothing going on down here.
Yeah, there's no reason to go there. But I don't know if you trick your friend on the opposite team and then going there. I don't know. You can have like a mano one-on-one fight. I think mano a mano specifically means fist fight. Don't correct me. Yeah, you can have like. Yeah. Another fun fact thing. I know there's 2 command posts where there's like fountains next to them. This is really fucking cheap, but I found like the computer cannot deal with you if you do this. You hop in the fountain and you just crouch down a little bit, or like half your head is covered, but you don't drown, and you just kind of gun down anyone nearby. And there's like a 99.99% chance they ain't hitting you.
What the hell? That this can't process like where you are, basically.
Like hardly, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, like so this game apparently this map is just bugged to hell. But you know what? I don't know. I feel like I've had a good time on it. I like how it's kind of like more chaotic, close quarters warfare.
It's an in between what I was talking about. I think with Corazon and Felucia. It's definitely better than Felucia because it doesn't funnel you into like a circular straight line, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't put it. Maybe I wouldn't put it as high as the Jedi Temple, but I would put it close. B tier.
Yeah, maybe above or below Dagobah.
I'll let you choose on that one.
I think I'll put it above Dagobah just because I remember it a little bit better. Now here is fucking whatever. Padme dies here.
Also, this is the other one that sucks.
Yeah, this one.
Worst map.
Yeah, this one's probably like D or C tier for me. I mean, I feel like it was always just kind of confusing to navigate. Like maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know. It just kind of sucked.
No, like maybe the first time you played through it, but actually this map I think blows because it's really, when you get down to it, just a straight line. There's kind of nothing like yeah, you can take like the back door in, but when you get get down to it, that's just another straight line, just going in the other direction. I don't. Polis Master just doesn't do it for me at all.
And wasn't there like an outdoor area where like it was basically suicide if you try to traverse it? Like you could basically try to beeline for their hangar, but sometimes you just got immediately wrecked. Or am I thinking of no? I think, or maybe I just sucked. I don't fucking know. I can remember also if you like got out of the vehicle at any point by accident while outside, you just died immediately.
Well, yeah, because it's in space, you got to stay in the tank.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. You got to like, you could go the other way, but when you get down to it, you're just going around the circle in another direction. This is an even lamer version of Fallujah to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You did like, yeah, occasionally you get some good like close quarters combat. If a bunch of people throw a bunch of grenades, it's a nightmare, but it's hilarious. But like the only other thing that's worth it in this level is that if you're the Dark Trooper in the second game with the like charge up electrocution gun, like, you can rack up some good fucking kills. Other than that, nah, this is the weakest map.
You know, this map might actually have to be our only F tier. Or do you think, or do you don't want to disgrace it that much?
I'll leave that one up to you. I don't think it should be an F, but if you put it in F, I am not going to argue with you. I don't know.
I feel like that'd be too. I don't know. I feel like I've had like halfway decent matches on this, and I feel like F tier would be too harsh. So I think I might.
Yeah. See, on the one hand, I feel like if you know me personally, you're probably thinking like, oh, you're just saying that because you lose a lot on Polis Massa. But I lose a lot on Bespin platforms actually, and I put that in S. So I don't think it's that.
Yeah. Nah, I mean like because the map is also just kind of forgettable too.
Yeah. Just there's no dead Padme body.
Yeah, there's no like not realistic. Sorry, canceled. not official canon. Speaking of not official canon, Renvar. There's two maps for Renvar, and it does S. Yeah, no, I love. That's the thing about Renvar. I love the maps, but like, it does not fucking appear in any of the movies. Like compared to anything else on here.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm.
And when you sit up and snipe from the you can see it in this picture on the left side, that like kind of ruined building. Renvar Citadel is lit.
Renvar Citadel next to Cloud City are, I'd say, are the two best maps with no vehicles.
Where do you want me to put? Actually, this is the good question. Where am I putting Renvar Citadel next to the other S tier maps? Because honestly, I think Renvar Harbor probably deserves to be an S tier, or at the very least high A tier for me.
Oh no, it's an absolute S. Both Renvars are S's. I mean, like right off the top of my head, to me, when I think of like S tier maps, it's the two Renvars, the two Bespins, Hoth, and one we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you. You like Geonosis a lot. You can keep it an S.
I think.
I feel like both Renvars should be higher than Geonosis.
I think, and I think out of the two Renvars, though, I think I like Renvar Harbor more just because I love the vehicle combat. That's just me.
That's acceptable. Fun fact: I think I've done this like I could probably count on one hand still, but I think I've done this multiple times with Chief. We're the Empire, and we've taken Renvar Citadel in like a minute and a half. I swear to God.
Holy crap! Wait, no, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, because what is it? I think Chief just picked a like a regular trooper, but I picked a jet trooper, and this is one of those maps that starts out with like every other command post being deserted and neutral. So like we quickly just run through, take the command posts, and then while everyone's off fighting somewhere, I just like sneak into the back of like another command post, take it, and then the countdown begins. Like that's the only way I can describe it.
And
like I should
do anything, yeah.
Yeah, I should upload a video of that one day. But another thing I just to tell you the point of view, like I mostly play as the Empire, so like the rebels, they end up taking position a lot in that like one command post that's kind of like high up, but it has like a back door. So it ends up being like this. You either like sneak in through the back, or you kind of like desperately climb up the stairs. It's you just got to see it or play it. It's a pretty fucking intense firefight. That's all I can really say. Harbor, I feel like gets a lot of attention. Citadel, and like I agree, Harbor's great, and Harbor probably is better than Citadel. But I feel like Citadel does not get enough attention. That's a solid map.
Because I definitely love both. I just love about Harbor is like you either get on the enemy side, well, either Empire or Republic, and you get the Walker, and you just like lay waste to the entire map, or you get the side that doesn't have the Walker, and then you like fight your way. Remember the ice caves?
Yeah,
That shit was intense. When you're down in there, you fight your way through, and then you make it out to the other end. You get to their base that's right next to where the walkers spawn. You kind of like just completely flank them. I don't know. I that's just why I like it more. And again, I kind of prefer the vehicle combat. But yeah, I think they're very close. Like it's like if you're talking about a marginal difference, we're talking like an S plus compared to just an S. Like it's that close of a difference, you know.
What is it? And if you're playing as the Republic or Empire, that cheap way I was talking about in Kashyyyk Islands, where it's like if you roll in there with a walker, blow up their tanks, wait for it to respawn, and then like get out and take one of the tanks for yourself. You've got your 2 tanks, a walker, and then the enemy tank that you've hijacked. You become like this overpowered war machine that blows through their defenses.
Yeah, like it's just insane. And
I
love
don't
it.
know. I just think Renvar solid. I can't believe they took it out of the second game.
Yeah, I don't know why they did. I mean, like the only reason I could see them is like, oh, this isn't in any of the movies, and maybe like nobody knew what it was from the first game, so they, even though again the maps were fun, they were probably just like, oh, let's like focus on getting planets in here that are from the movies.
I think there was like a downloadable patch or something on the Xbox version though.
Oh, nice.
I swear to God, I saw it on the wiki like when I was looking up, like weeks ago when I was gonna make this list before I actually found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renvar's fucking lit.
Renvar makes my pee hard.
What the fuck? How about Tainted 4?
Tainted 4 is better than it has any right to be. You'd think this would be a super linear map, but it's not.
I know, there's just so many hallways, there's just so much shit going on. I love how like bright it is too. Like I just feel like it's, and you know, it's the Tainted 4. It's very classic Star Wars like aesthetic.
This is a map where like the CPU loves to fucking throw grenades to the point where it's like if this game was even the slightest bit realistic, a hole would be blown open in the ship and you'd all be sucked down into space.
Yeah, and then everyone would just be fucking dead. I always remember. Yeah, this map is probably like at least a B or A tier for me. I feel like the close because as much as I love vehicle combat, I also love if the map is very tight knit and you get a lot of that crazy close quarters, like grenades flying around the corner and blowing your legs off. Like
this is what Polish Masters should have been.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. One thing that makes me laugh but does make me angry though is like you watch how easily in the movie the stormtroopers just kind of like barge in. They take like 1 casualty, like maybe 2.
Yeah.
But like, when you play the level in the campaign, it's completely the opposite. You run in and then you immediately get blown up. It's a nightmare.
It's literally just like the entire map is just a hitbox. And you leave the door and then you're like, oh, I'm dead. Nice. Just get completely eviscerated.
It doesn't get any easier when you round the first corner. You're like, okay, I've made it through the first wave. They're on the run, right? No, then you go down the stairs and like there's like 5 troopers throwing grenades at you.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just, I love that kind of chaos, and I think for me that's why this map should be at least B tier. I'd say. I think.
I'd say B tier. Don't even get me started, especially in the campaign when you get in like the fucking control room in the bridge, and again, the AI's first reaction is just everyone throw grenades.
Yeah, it's basically like you're playing Halo and the catch skull is on. It's just like Jesus, like leave me alone. But yeah, let's. Actually, I might put it a little bit higher. I'll put it above like these guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, what is this? This is
Dune C. S.
Dune C for the Sarlacc pit, easily.
I I would put it above Geonosis. That's what I was trying to say before. To me, the 6 best maps are the 2 Bespins, the 2 Renvars, Dune C, and Hoth. Those are the absolute 6 best maps of the entire series.
Yeah, freaking Dune C. You got the Tusken Raider slaughter. You got the Sarlacc pit memes. Did I tell you one time I was playing with Heroes turned on, and I saw Count Dooku like running alongside me, and literally I was like, "Yeah, this is awesome." And then I looked to my left again where he was running by, and then I saw the tentacle grab him and eat him. Yeah, and then it just said like Count Dooku died. He is dead. He has been canceled. And I was like, what the fuck? I remember as a kid, I thought that was both horrifying but also amazing. Because like you see like this OP, like this dark side user, and he got completely wrecked.
He's not just OP in like the lore, like even in the game, the lightsaber heroes were literally unstoppable. But then this thing just like grabs him.
I mean, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, I have another anecdote from Battlefront platforms where I remember I was dueling. I think I was on the Rebels for some reason, and I was dueling Vader, and I was on like one of those in between areas, like once you get past the Hell Bridge. And I remember I was afraid of him, and I was trying to like keep my distance, and I threw a grenade. And I threw a grenade in a way where he tried to dodge roll to avoid it, and then he rolled off the side of the map and killed himself. It was amazing. I like baited him, but yeah, freaking yeah, Dune C's lit because you also get the what the hell was that thing called? The you know how Jabba had the sail barge or the skiff? That was it, right?
The skiff.
Yeah, those things were lit with the turrets. And you just fly through the Tusken camp and gun them down.
I also think this map, even though like obviously each side only had 2 vehicles, the air combat was pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how you like duck and weave between the giant rocks and everything.
This is a map either by myself or when I'm playing with Chief. I control the sky. And by extension, I control the whole goddamn map because again, I gun down all their vehicles,
yeah.
And sometimes, and if I'm really feeling lucky, sometimes I hijack one. So again, at max, they can only have like 1 vehicle in the sky, and that's if I get sloppy and let it get in the sky. I obliterate everything. And what is it? On this map is where I got my record, I think, because like I got the Tank Buster award for destroying vehicles. I think I got like 24, maybe 25 vehicles destroyed with the TIE Fighter.
Jesus Christ.
But then Chief, on the other hand, with the ATSD, he just camped outside the Tusken Raider camp, and anytime like a rebel tank would annoy him, he would call me in for an airstrike, and I'd save his ass. He has this picture saved. He had like a score. He went like 240 and 0.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he has photographic proof. He genocided the Sand people.
And not just the women, but the children too.
Even the Sarlacc pit was like, I'm out.
The Sarlacc pit was just watching. It was just like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, Dune C's lit. Honestly, Dune C is just out here.
It's a solid map. It's the best out of the 3 Tatooine maps.
So I think my hot take, I don't know if you're gonna agree, but I think the next one is Jabba's Palace, which I think is the worst out of the 3.
I mean, I think it's the worst too, but by worst I mean it's just the least best.
Well, yeah, like I don't think it's not that I think it's bad. I think
yeah, I don't think that's a hot take. I think out of the 3 Tatooine maps, Jabba's Palace, like, again, solid map, but it was not worth replacing Dune C.
Yeah, I think Jabba's Palace is probably like an easy B tier, probably like somewhere in B tier.
I feel like I should, but it's probably the map I played the least in the second game. That's the problem.
I just remember the Rancor pit was kind of fun, where you could like fall down in there.
Remember, there's one thing that annoys me about the fucking map, though. The Gamorreans.
Oh god.
Because the problem is like they're like bullet sponges, but unlike say like the big issue is that like unlike say like the Wampas in the hunt mode on Hoth, you're indoors here. So unlike the Wampas where you can just keep backing up and shooting, the Gamorreans eventually you're gonna back up into a wall and their health isn't gonna be fully depleted, and then they're just gonna one-shot you with an axe to the face.
Yeah, they just clap you.
Yeah.
I've also I just remember like trolling my brother, getting him to fall down into the fucking Rancor pit and just dying instantly.
Again, I feel like objectively though, you have to admit it's a well designed in one of the most unique maps. You know, it's one of the arguably the most non-linear map. But that does get annoying only if you're playing Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag is a goddamn fucking nightmare on Jabba's Palace.
Oh yeah, no doubt. The freaking I'm trying to remember if I've ever played Capture the Flag on this one actually.
Like if you're just doing regular get the command post, but it's a fun time. But capture the flag is like you get lost and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I think like I want to put this one in B tier because I still think it's fun and I love I love how Jabba's just chilling there. I love how they actually have the Rancor. They got the Gamorreans. But yeah, I mean it's got its stinky moments, you know. It's got it's the fucking like capture the flag is kind of assy.
Low B, yeah, that's fine.
I think Mos Eisley is probably like either high B or low A for me.
I would put it in A.
Especially for the hero battle, where it's just a complete free for all. And I remember I would always set it up when I would play with Brandon in a way where you basically get like I would have like matches on here that last like 20 to 30 minutes. You set it to like the whatever the max, or I don't know if you remember more than I do. You could set it to like a max score or like a max time limit or something.
Yeah, because the second game had way more customization for like match in the first game.
I basically set up the custom game in a way where this specific map on if you did the hero battle would easily take like 20 minutes. Like I don't know why, but it was like 20 minutes of just nonstop fun because it was just like us slaughtering each other.
Yeah, it's a solid map. That's all. That's the best I can really say about it.
Yeah, I think I might actually put it at the top of A tier.
I feel like I feel like this can be said about a lot of maps, but for some reason it sticks out a lot with Mos Eisley. When you get your enemy down to one command post and they're all just in one area, and it just becomes like a madhouse of just like shots and explosions everywhere, and your guy just ragdolling and his body going stiff.
Oh yeah, like I remember one time I got it where the last I forget which team I was on, but the enemy's last command post with was the cantina. And I was just lobbing grenades in there. You saw all these bodies flying. And like you literally just watched their counter going down from like 70 down. All of a sudden, it plummeted to like 50 because they were just spawned in and immediately die. There was a couple of them that like managed to spawn outside the cantina just to get freaking gunned down like degenerates. It was amazing. It was actually amazing. Literally, Mos Eisley is it's like the Middle Eastern map. It feels like a Call of Duty, like you're in some Middle Eastern world. Just like gunning down civilians. Yeah, Utapau. Utapau's next.
Utapau is solid.
Probably
B,
C.
I guess?
Yeah, like B, C. I'll just probably just drop it. This is like, fucking, where's fucking, there. No, it's less than, I'll just put at the bottom of, because like, I remember it being fun. That's about it. I don't remember like, oh yeah, like this command post is lit. Like I remember not having boring games on it.
I feel like for some reason, a lot of times when I play Utapau, whatever, and against someone, it starts out very mild, whatever, and then once like the second half of the fight is when it gets nuts to.
Yeah, it definitely builds up, and then it kind of it's like a climax almost. But yeah, no, I'd still think with that being said, it's definitely like B tier, very low on the B tier. I don't know, it's like it had its moments. It's not like whenever I reminisce on Battlefront maps, I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to play on Utapau. Like no, when I want to play Battlefront, I want to play on fucking Battlefront platforms. You know, that's basically what Utapau is to me. Like yeah, it's fun, but it's not like top tier fun.
Agreed.
So how do you feel about so I know it's
Yavin Arena?
Yavin Arena and Yavin Temple. Is the first one Yavin Arena?
Yeah. Temple grew on me as time went on. I think that is I have maybe because like the center area is so close quarters, but I have like a lot of intense fights on that map.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. As long as you stay in like the middle, the outside area with the vehicle combat, I admit is kind of, But if you stick in the center, oh man, that's
insane.
Yeah. Oh, you start sending in recon droids or like sniping from across the map, and then if you take all three command posts in the center of the arena, and then you like start walking, like taking the exit. Entrance, whatever, depends on which way you're going, to like their base command post, just trying to like walk up to that then becomes like another D-Day, Star Wars-esque D-Day.
Yeah. So honestly, I think both Yavin maps. So Arena, I'm trying to think of which one. I feel like I like both of them pretty equally. Maybe Arena a little bit more. I think both of them. There's no way they're below B tier. Maybe one of them is an A.
I'd say they're both B tier. I feel like most people would disagree with this, but I would actually put Arena above Temple. Like Temple's a good map, nothing inherently wrong with it, but
yeah, I think I'm gonna put them here for now above Dagobah. We could probably bump them up a little bit more, but I think this is like a pretty solid tier list so far. You know, we got the classics in S tier with my addition of Geonosis just because of me being an asshole.
yeah.
Mos Eisley, Camino, Docks, Kashyyyk Docks, and Kashyyyk
Islands.
Islands. Easy A tier. B tier's a little bloated, but I mean, like that's the thing. Like none of those maps are, because I feel like C tier is average, but whenever I think C tier, I definitely think C tier is leading a little bit more towards like bad. I don't know if you get that same feeling. Like I feel like
C tier is kind of just like there's so much good, by extension there has to be something that like kind of falls short.
yeah.
C tier is just a case of like the bar is set so high, and then you have like these occasionally that just don't quite do it.
Yeah.
And then D tier is like, I guess like, each one is like exclusive to one game. I guess each game has to have one that's just not that good.
Yeah, that's just like stinky. Like D tier isn't obviously, you know, F. Like F is just this is shit. Don't waste your time. D tier is like, hey, you'll get some enjoyment out of it, maybe if you're drunk or high.
D tier is like you're only gonna play these maps if you're playing Galactic Conquest. Like that's it. You're not gonna instant action these two.
Unless if you instant action the entire playlist. In that case, that's your own fault. But yeah, I think unless if you want to do some minor adjustments, I think this is looking pretty solid. But I'll let you take a look. 'Cause B tier, if anything, I would maybe tweak B tier a little bit because that's like the most bloated.
I'm not gonna lie. I almost feel like Battlefront 2 Geonosis might need to go above Endor, but I don't feel that strongly about that. I don't know.
I definitely think Felucia should be under. Like, I think Geonosis, if it's not better than Endor, it's at least better than Felucia.
Kind of, yeah. I guess I'd agree.
No, actually, how about B tier? Do you think? Fuck, I keep forgetting the name. Padme Dead Place. Do you think
yeah?
Do you think that's worse than Naboo?
Yeah, I feel like if I were to describe it, you wouldn't think so. But actually, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say Postmaster's worse than Planes.
All right, yeah. So I think that's good. I think C tier is looking good. I think Endor is better than Geonosis Battlefront 2, but I think it was a good call to at least bump it up a little bit. B tier is a little bit of a clown fiesta right now, but I feel like most of B tier is pretty solid, anyways. I mean, like I think out of all the B tier maps, the Death Star is probably my favorite. If anything, I would maybe move Kashyyyk up a little bit, but. Like, maybe move Kashyyyk up above, like, Mustafar and the Tainted 4. Or maybe at least above Mustafar. I just feel like Mustafar, or not Mustafar. I feel like Kashyyyk is just such a clown fiesta, and I just love how insane the combat is. Like, remember when we were playing with Matt and Brian, and just complete chaos and destruction. And
yeah,
like,
but that's... I feel like what helped that is that it was Galactic Conquest, and at least one side had the sabotage bonus, and if not both sides.
That's true.
I'll be fair. I think you could put the two Yavin maps a little lower.
Maybe bump them below. Like,
but you can maybe below Kashyyyk.
Oh shit. Actually, no. Yeah, I think I feel that. Hang on. Like that.
Yeah. Again, like I don't see it. Like, yeah, you say B tier's bloated, but I don't see an issue with that at all.
Well, I just meant bloated, like it's just gonna be kind of tricky to like even tweak anything in there. Because I mean, it's bloated, and as in like everything is so closely knit that it's kind of hard to place them. Because I'm like, I think they're all just good. I think it's kind of hard to say like, oh, I think Dagobah is worse than Nabutheed Palace, for instance. I just kind of placed it like that as a knee-jerk reaction, but it's kind of hard to look at it specifically because at the end of the day, I think they're all great maps anyways. That's kind of what I was getting at. 18.
From what I say, it's like the best maps, with the exception of Geonosis Battlefront 1, seem to be the ones that are just, like, I keep saying it, but like the least, like the most open-ended, the least linear.
Yeah. I think the only other thing I'm thinking of changing right now, I think Hoth should be above Cloud City and S tier. I think Platform should still be the best map, but I think Hoth should be above Cloud City.
I'm good with that, by all means.
And I think Kashyyyk Docks is better than Camino.
Go ahead.
That's just me. I still love Camino, but I think I want to just do that, and I think this is looking good now.
Yeah, that's it's looking pretty solid.
This is looking beautiful. All right.
There you have the definitive list. Any other list you see is fucking wrong, is fucking garbage.
Every other list as of September 14th is officially canceled. Sorry. They do not matter anymore. We've actually copyright claimed this and trademarked it. I've covered all my bases. This is the definitive tier list. Let it be known that Best Food Platforms is the best map, and Stupid Padme Dying Land is the worst map. But yeah, this has been great. We had a nice little session here. Have any closing remarks?
My nipples are really hard.
Oh, you too? I thought it was just me.
Oh no, I think they synchronized.
Oh god. All right, but yeah, I think this has been good. We'll have Punky probably in on the next video in case anyone's worried about him. But this has been Shamrock, and if you want to go ahead, Mr. Red.
Mr. Red, well, it's kind of funny because I'm referred to as chicken wings on here, but yeah, it's me, Mr. Red, the guy that pisses off everyone to the point where they have to send them their address.
That's actually some deep work. If anyone's even watching this far into the video, you're gonna know. If you watch Mr. Red's next video, you're gonna know exactly what he's talking about. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god, that fucking asshole.
You know, fuck that. That's right. You know, that guy is canceled too. Fuck him. That guy is canceled along with the rest of the Battlefront tier list. He doesn't matter. Sorry. Goodbye. Canceled. This is great. Good night, everyone.
Adios.
Studios out. Yep. Adios. Peace.